Hey, what's good, folks? It's RFG back at it today, and I'm here to go over what took place with Super Bowl 54. And I know there's going to be a lot of people, clowning and talking shit and, throwing shade in the comments. Like I said, I'm ready for it. I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. And I will show the proof in this video that exactly why my past videos have been banned in multiple countries and why my past videos have recently been taken off of YouTube and why YouTube has hit me with a suspension not too long ago. Okay, YouTube is trying to completely take this channel off of YouTube, and with this video I'm gonna show you why, step by step. Okay. But before I get started, I want to apologize to the people who placed wagers on the 49ers to win the Super Bowl, okay, and lost money. I want to repeat myself. I want to apologize to the people who put money on the 49ers to win the Super Bowl, okay? I also want to say that I will never be able to conduct sports decoding in the fashion that I have been doing. I'm not going to be able to basically put this information out on sports rigging on a public platform before these events play out. Okay? And I'm going to show you step by step why I cannot do that anymore. And I'm going to show you step by step major evidence that I cracked the NFL's code to black quarterbacks winning Super Bowls. Okay? And I'm also going to show more damning evidence that shows that they really didn't have to have Mahomes win the Super Bowl today. It could have went either way. I'm going to show proof by the numbers and by the narrative that it could have went either way. And the NFL decided to go the opposite way of what I professed and what I predicted. Okay? Because I chose to speak out on a public platform that is being viewed by multiple agents and multiple individuals who work for the sports leagues. Okay? So, folks, I'm going to show you exactly why many of my videos are being deleted, and they're deleting my older videos, and they're coming up with reasons to give me strikes and give me YouTube suspensions. I'm going to show you why right now when I break down this code. Okay? The first time a black quarterback won a Super Bowl was in Super Bowl 22 in 1988. Okay? Pay attention to the numbers. Super Bowl 22, 1988. The first black quarterback wins a Super Bowl. His name is Doug Williams. Okay? This Super Bowl was on January 31st, 1/3/1988. Now, we all know the abbreviation for 1988 is 88. When you add 88, you get 16. When you add 88, you get 16. When you add 1 and 6, you get 7. So, according to the Vedic numerology system, 8 and 8 reduces down to 1/7. Okay? And Doug Williams won his Super Bowl over who? Number 7 Elway. Doug Williams became the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl against number 7 Elway. When you add the numbers 8, 8, you get 16. When you add 16, you get 1, 6, which is 1, 7. This is the first 7. Okay? Doug Williams, the first black quarterback winning a Super Bowl. He's the first 7 that wins it over number 7. Okay? And he does it in Super Bowl 22. Okay? And he does it on the NFC team with the mascot that is the indigenous person. All right? Now we're gonna get to the nails. We're gonna get to the nails. When you add 1988, folks, pay attention. Pay attention. When you add 1988, when you add 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 8, you get 26. When you add 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 8, you get 26. So 26 years after Super Bowl 22. 26 years after Super Bowl 22, we get Super Bowl 48, where the second black quarterback wins a Super Bowl. I'm going to repeat myself. When you add the numbers 1988, 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 8, you get 26. 26 years after 26 years after Doug Williams becomes the first black quarterback to win it. 26 years after Doug Williams becomes the first black QB to win a Super Bowl, the second black QB wins a Super Bowl in Super Bowl 48. Russell Wilson, another black quarterback on the NFC, and this time it's the bird team. It's the bird team with the bird mascot, the blue and green team with the bird mascot, and he's on an NFC team wearing his white jersey, okay? The Seattle Seahawks were wearing their white jersey in Super Bowl 48, and this black quarterback was on an NFC team, and Wilson is an Anglo-Saxon last name. Wilson is an Anglo-Saxon last name. The first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl, Doug Williams, he was on the NFC team with the indigenous mascot, and he wore an odd number just like Russell Wilson, okay? And he was wearing his white jersey just like Russell Wilson, okay? And he is also tied to the Wildcat connection. Doug Williams is also tied to the Wildcat connection. Doug Williams went to what college? Grambling. Doug Williams went to Grambling, the Wildcat College, the Tigers, the Wildcat College. Okay? Super Bowl 48, when Russell Wilson became the second. What high school did Russell Wilson go to? I want you guys to do your research on what high school Russell Wilson went to. Ladies and gentlemen, Russell Wilson's high school mascot was the Wildcat. Russell Wilson's high school was the Wildcat. You see? And Russell Wilson was on the NFC team wearing his white jersey, and he wore an odd number just like Doug Williams. Just like Doug Williams. They're both tied to the odd number. They're both tied to the NFC. They're both tied to the white jersey. They're both tied to the Wildcat. Okay? Okay? And when you add the numbers 1988, 1988, you get 26. So 26 years later, the second black quarterback wins a Super Bowl. Oh, not to mention, the second time the black QB won the Super Bowl, it was over the Denver Broncos. It was over the blue and orange Denver Broncos. You see, Russell Wilson knocked off Peyton Manning. You see, Russell Wilson knocked off Peyton Manning. Just how Doug Williams knocked off John Elway. You see, how Doug Williams knocked off John Elway on the Broncos. The only two black quarterbacks to win Super Bowls were on the NFC, and they won it over the Broncos, and they were both tied to the Wildcat, okay? They were both wearing their white jerseys. They both had odd numbers, okay? And they both had Anglo-Saxon English last names, Wilson and Williams. Wilson and Williams, okay? So I'm going to break this shit down on what was supposed to happen. I'm going to break this shit down on what was supposed to happen. Okay? Okay? So we know the Denver Broncos were the only team that was originally chosen to lose to a black quarterback in the Super Bowl. All right? Now we're going to look at the date of Super Bowl 48. Okay? Now just how we added the numbers in 1988, okay, after the first black quarterback won a Super Bowl, when we add 1988, we get 26 years later. Russell Wilson wins the Super Bowl, becomes the second black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. So let's do the same thing. Let's add 2014. How many sevens do you get in 14? How many sevens do you get in 14? Oh, you get 2 sevens. Oh, you get 2 sevens. You get 2 sevens in 14. That means that they had the second black quarterback win a Super Bowl, okay, on a date with an abbreviation of 14. You see, the abbreviation for 2014 is 14. They had the second black quarterback win a Super Bowl in a date with a 14 abbreviation. How many sevens go into 14? How many sevens go into 14? Oh, 2, because that was the date where they had the second black quarterback win the goddamn Super Bowl, and that was on February 2nd because it was a tribute. It was on 2/2 because it was a tribute to Super Bowl 22 when the first fucking black quarterback won it. Okay? Okay? I got these motherfuckers cracked. I had these motherfuckers cracked. Okay? And just how when you can add the numbers 1988 and get 26, when you reduce all the numerals, okay, when you add all the numerals, and 26 years later, the second black quarterback wins it. We can do the same thing with 2014. Folks, listen, you can do the same thing with 2014. When you add 2014, what number do you get? You get 7. You get 7. So it was originally scripted for the third black quarterback to win the Super Bowl 7 years after the second quarterback the second black quarterback wins the Super Bowl. When you add 2014, you get 7, which means it was originally scripted. It was originally scripted for the third black quarterback to win in 2021. Okay? I'm going to repeat myself. Doug Williams became the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl in 1988. When you add 1988, you get 26. Super Bowl 48 was 26 years later when the second black quarterback won it. And it was on 2/2. Okay, because it was a tribute to Super Bowl 22. Doug Williams was on the NFC team with the white jersey, with the Anglo-Saxon English last name, with the odd number. You see, playing against the Denver Broncos, which shows that the NFL had a strict number and esoteric ritual code to black quarterbacks winning Super Bowls. And it was the NFC ritual, it was the Wildcat ritual, and it was the 7 code. It was the 7 code. When the first black quarterback won it, the abbreviation was 88 for that year. When you add 8 and 8, you get 16. When you add 1 and 6, you get 17. Okay, the first 7. So 1988 adds up to 26. 26 years later, Russell Wilson becomes the second black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Okay? On 2/2, it was a Super Bowl 22 tribute. When you add 2014, that gives you 7. According to that number code, 7 years after Russell Wilson became the second, they were supposed to crown the third black quarterback in Super Bowl 55. Okay? And this is the proof. This is the proof. The Super Bowl date for Super Bowl 48 was 2014. How many 7s do you get in 14? You get 2 7s. That's when they chose the second black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. So by the numbers, the third black quarterback was supposed to be crowned in 2021 in Super Bowl 55. How many 7s do you get in 21? How many 7s do you get in 21? How many 7s do you get in 21? You get 3. So the third black quarterback was supposed to be crowned in 2021 in Super Bowl 55. Okay? And this was the 33. This would have been the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams winning a Super Bowl. I'm going to repeat myself. Super Bowl 55 in 2021 is the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams winning a Super Bowl. That's when the third black quarterback was supposed to be crowned to win the goddamn Super Bowl. It was supposed to happen on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams becoming the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Okay, and guess what? It was supposed to be Cam Newton. It was supposed to be Cam Newton on the Wildcat team. You see, they had the first black quarterback win a Super Bowl on the Native American team. They had the second black quarterback win the Super Bowl on the Bird team. So they were supposed to have the third black quarterback win on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams, and he was supposed to be on the Wildcat team. And Cam Newton was supposed to be wearing his white jersey, you see, on the NFC team wearing an odd number. Okay, and Cam Newton is tied to the Wildcat. Cam Newton is tied to the Wildcat because he went to LSU. Okay, he went to the LSU Tigers and he got drafted to the Panthers. Okay, so their fucking backup, okay, when they changed the script, was to send Mahomes as Cam Newton's replacement. Okay, to send Mahomes as Cam Newton's replacement. Folks, this is the nail in the coffin. This is the nail in the coffin. Go check out Patrick Mahomes' high school. Go check out Patrick Mahomes' high school. Guess what his high school mascot is? The Wildcat. The Wildcat. The Wildcat. RFG knows what the fuck he's talking about. RFG knows what the fuck he's talking about. Patrick Mahomes went to White House High School in White House, Texas. So guess what? Guess what the White House mascot is? The White House high school mascot. It's the Wildcat. It's the Wildcat. All black quarterbacks that win Super Bowls are tied to the Wildcat. They have to be tied to the Wildcat. And guess what? It was originally rigged for the black QBs to only win by the 7 code. To only win by the motherfucking 7 code. Because when you add the 88, it reduces to 1 to 16, which is 1-6, which is 1-7. That's why Doug Williams won it over number 7, Elway. And this is why Doug Williams wore the number 17. Because Doug Williams was the first 7. 1-7. 17 is the 1-7, the first 7. Don't you see it? 88 reduces to 16, 1-6, which is a 7. So when you add 1988, you get 26. 26 years later, Russell Wilson becomes the second black quarterback to win a Super Bowl on February 2nd, 2/2, which is a Doug Williams tribute to Super Bowl 22. Okay? And Russell Wilson becomes the second black quarterback to win a Super Bowl on 2014. How many 7s do you get in 14? How many 7s do you get in 14? That's right, you get 2. You get 2 7s. You get 2 7s because Russell Wilson was the second 7. Russell Wilson was chosen to be the second 7. The second 7. The second 7. That's right. That's right. Even though you motherfuckers changed the script, I'm still gonna expose your ass. Even though you changed the script and you flipped the script soon as the playoffs started, because I believe that soon as the Baltimore Ravens got eliminated, that's when the NFL changed their script. I should have never made that public video. Explaining why explaining why Jackson was going to be the 8th black quarterback to appear in a Super Bowl, or it was going to be the 8th time a black quarterback appeared in a Super Bowl. That's why Jackson wore number 8. So when they flipped the script, they said, God damn it, we still have to send another black QB to a Super Bowl because we have to fit that narrative. We have to make it the 8th time a black quarterback appeared in a Super Bowl. You see? And guess what? I'm about to hit you motherfuckers with another nail in the coffin. Okay? Go do your research. After Doug Williams won the Super Bowl, do you know they sent 3 black quarterbacks to go to the Super Bowl to lose? After Doug Williams won the Super Bowl, they sent 3 black quarterbacks to go back to the Super Bowl to lose. And right here is just gonna kill the NFL's whole fucking narrative, and this is just gonna expose all of the shit. The fucking cat is out of the bag now. After Doug Williams won the Super Bowl, the next black quarterback to appear in the Super Bowl was Steve McNair. Steve McNair went to the Super Bowl and lost. Then after that, Donovan McNabb went to the Super Bowl and lost. Then after that, Colin Kaepernick went to the Super Bowl and lost. So after the first black quarterback wins the Super Bowl, they had 3 black quarterbacks go to the Super Bowl to lose. So for every black quarterback that won a Super Bowl, 3 more black quarterbacks were supposed to go to the Super Bowl and lose. Okay? And so after Russell Wilson won Super Bowl 48, what happened? Russell Wilson went back to lose 49. Russell Wilson went back to Super Bowl 49 to lose. Then Cam Newton went to Super Bowl 50 to lose. You see? Which means if they would have kept their code going, Mahomes would have been the third black quarterback to go to a Super Bowl and lose in a row. I'm going to repeat myself. If they would have continued on that code, after Russell Wilson became the second black quarterback to win a Super Bowl, Russell Wilson went back to Super Bowl 49 to lose. Russell Wilson didn't go to 50, so Cam Newton went to 50 to lose. So that is back-to-back Super Bowls where black quarterbacks lose, which means, according to their original code, Mahomes was supposed to go to 54 to lose. Mahomes was supposed to go to 54 to lose because after Doug Williams became the first black quarterback to win it, they had 3 black quarterbacks in a row go to the Super Bowl to lose. Go do the research. Go do the fucking research. They had Steve McNair. They had Steve McNair lose. They had Donovan McNabb losing a Super Bowl. They had Kaepernick losing a Super Bowl. Okay, three times consecutively, black quarterbacks going to a Super Bowl to lose, right before the second black quarterback won a Super Bowl. Go check it out. Go do the goddamn research. So when you look at that narrative, after 3 black quarterbacks lost the Super Bowl, Russell Wilson became the second to win it. In 2014, how many sevens go in 14? 2 sevens because Russell Wilson was the second 7. So when you add 2014, you get 7. Okay? 7 years after 2014 is 2021. How many sevens do you get in 2021? You get 3 sevens. The third 7 was supposed to fucking win it in Super Bowl 55. And the 5 is the 10, and the 10 reduces to 1. It was supposed to be fucking Cam Newton. Only odd number quarterbacks. When a black quarterback wins a Super Bowl, it's only supposed to be an odd number, and they're only supposed to be on an NFC team. And they're only supposed to be wearing their white jerseys, and they're only supposed to have English Anglo-Saxon last names. Go fucking look it up. So you can't tell me that the league and the FBI and the CIA don't have my phones tapped. You can't tell me that the FBI and the motherfucking CIA and the sports bookies and the fucking agents that work for the professional sports leagues, you can't tell me that my phone is not tapped. You can't, bro, I cracked the code. I cracked the fucking code. And this is why they chose Patrick Mahomes to be the red herring. This is why they chose Patrick Mahomes to be the red herring. Okay? He's on the red team. He's on the Native American team. You see? And the league wants to switch it over to a pass-happy, no-defense league. They want to switch it over to a pass-happy, no-defense league. That 7-on-7 pass-happy bullshit where defenses don't play with defensive pride. You see, because back when I was watching football, they had defenders that can take over a game single-handedly. The NFL doesn't want that. The NFL doesn't want that anymore. They want pass-happy. They want a pass-happy league. They want piss-poor defenses because they're getting sued because of the concussion lawsuits. And they want to counteract the Kaepernick protesters. But see, it backfired on them. It backfired on the NFL. They thought that the Kaepernick protesters were going to support the NFL by having Mahomes win. That's not going to happen, NFL. NFL, that's not gonna happen. Mahomes, Roger Goodell, I hope you're listening. By having Mahomes win the Super Bowl and being the third black quarterback to win a Super Bowl, that's not gonna do shit. You know why? Because Mahomes doesn't have the same mentality as Kaepernick. Mahomes doesn't have the same ideology and doesn't stand for the same ideals and the same morals that Kaepernick stands for. Okay? So you're not going to get the Kaepernick protesters back by having Mahomes win. You know why? Because Mahomes said that he supports Zimmerman. Patrick Mahomes says that he supports George Zimmerman. Okay? Ain't no black people supporting Mahomes. So like I said, this is clear indication that the NFL went against their initial plans and they went against their initial code to black quarterbacks winning Super Bowls. Okay? The black quarterback was always supposed to win on the NFC team with the white jersey against the Denver Broncos. Okay? And they were supposed to be tied to the Wildcat connection. Doug Williams went to Grambling, the Grambling Tigers. Russell Wilson's high school was the Wildcat. So Cam Newton was supposed to be the third on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams. And Cam Newton wears number 1. Okay, Super Bowl 55, when you add 5 and 5, that is 10, and 10, 1 and 0 give you 1. So Cam Newton wears number 1. Cam Newton went to what? He went to Auburn, the Auburn Tigers. Cam Newton went to the blue and orange team. So the only team that Cam Newton faced in the Super Bowl was the blue and orange Broncos. Okay? Because the Broncos were originally designed to be the only team to lose to black quarterbacks in Super Bowls. So when you add 1988, when Doug Williams won it, when you add 1988, you get 26. 26 years later, Russell Wilson becomes the second black quarterback to win it. This is also after 3 black quarterbacks went to a Super Bowl and lost it in a row. This is after Steve McNair, Donovan McNabb, and Colin Kaepernick lost Super Bowls. After one wins it, 3 had to go back to lose. After Doug Williams won it, 3 had to go back to lose before Russell Wilson could become the second black quarterback to win it. And it was in 2014. You get 2 sevens. You get 2 sevens in 14. This is the date when they chose the second black quarterback to win it. He has an odd number. He has his white jersey. He's playing against the Broncos. He has an Anglo-Saxon last name. Wilson and Williams. Wilson and Williams are English Anglo-Saxon last names. Okay? Okay? When you add 2014, you get 7 years after 2014. You get Super Bowl 55 in 2021. How many sevens do you get in 21? How many sevens do you get in 21? You get 3. You get 3 sevens. So the third 7, which is Cam Newton, was supposed to be crowned the third black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Okay? And Cam Newton was supposed to do it on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams. I cracked their ass. And guess what? This Super Bowl date is on February 7th. What's significant about that? Super Bowl 55 being on February 7th. When Cam Newton played Super Bowl 50, okay? When Cam Newton played Super Bowl 50, that Super Bowl date was on February 7th. That Super Bowl date was on February 7th. Okay? So why is that significant? Super Bowl 50 was on February 7th. You know why? Because motherfucking Super Bowl 55 was supposed to be a rematch between the Panthers and the Broncos. Super Bowl 55 was supposed to be a rematch between the Panthers and the Broncos. And Cam Newton was supposed to get his his first Super Bowl win over the Broncos. He was supposed to be crowned the third black quarterback to win the Super Bowl over the Denver Broncos on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams. Cam Newton was supposed to be the third black quarterback to win a Super Bowl on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams. Okay? And Patrick Mahomes was supposed to be the third black quarterback in a row to lose a Super Bowl right before Cam Newton becomes the third. It would have fit the same narrative. It would have fit the same narrative of Doug Williams becoming the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Then after that, they sent three black quarterbacks to go to lose. If Patrick Mahomes would have lost today, that narrative would have been fit perfectly. That narrative would have fit perfectly. You see what they did? So they would have had Russell Wilson lose one in 49. They would have had Cam Newton lose in 50, and then they would have had Mahomes lose 54 right before they sent Cam Newton to win 55. And this is the nail in the coffin. This is the nail in the fucking coffin right here. You ready for it? You ready for it? Okay. After today, black quarterbacks would have been 2-6 in the Super Bowl if Mahomes would have lost. I'm going to repeat myself. If Mahomes would have lost, the 49ers would have got their sixth Super Bowl, and Mahomes would have got black quarterbacks their sixth Super Bowl loss. It would have been the sixth time a black quarterback lost the Super Bowl, and the 49ers would have got their sixth Super Bowl win. And the 49ers would have held the Chiefs to 6 all-time wins against the 49ers. It would have been a 666 ritual. The Niners would have tied the Patriots and the Steelers with 6 Super Bowls, 666. The Niners would have held the Chiefs to 6 all-time wins against the Niners. And the Niners would have held black quarterbacks to a 2-6 Super Bowl record. They would have held black QBs to 6 Super Bowl losses. They would have gave black QBs their 6th Super Bowl loss. And this is why Mahomes wore number 15. See, folks, let me tell you motherfuckers why Mahomes wore the number 15, because the 1-5 is the fucking 6. Kobe Bryant wore number 8 and 24, which is 8 and 6, because the all-time matchup between the 49ers and the Chiefs was supposed to be 8-6. The 49ers were supposed to get their 8th win over the Chiefs and keep the Chiefs to their 6th all-time win. And black QBs were supposed to be held to a 2-6 all-time record when Mahomes lost. Okay? So basically, this is the nail in the coffin. After Mahomes was supposed to lose the Super Bowl, black quarterbacks were supposed to go 2-6 in the Super Bowl. Here's why. Super Bowl 55 was supposed to be a rematch of the Broncos Panthers. So when Cam Newton defeated the Broncos in Super Bowl 55, Cam Newton would give black quarterbacks a 3-6 Super Bowl record, and also give the Denver Broncos a 3-6 Super Bowl record. I'm going to repeat myself. Patrick Mahomes was supposed to lose today and give black quarterbacks a 2-6 Super Bowl record. Okay? Because Cam Newton was supposed to win it next year over the Denver Broncos. And he was supposed to give the Panthers he was supposed to give the black quarterbacks a 3-6 Super Bowl record, and also give the Broncos a 3-6 Super Bowl record. Okay? The 3-6 connection. On the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams, Cam Newton was supposed to be the third black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. And it was also, and ladies and gentlemen, it was also going to be, I think, maybe a few months after the second Black Panther movie came out. So they had all this shit scripted. The NFL had all this shit scripted. For every black quarterback that goes to a Super Bowl, they were supposed to send 3 black quarterbacks to go and lose. Flat out. And see, they were supposed to send Lamar Jackson to the Super Bowl and lose. So I should have known. Soon as Lamar Jackson and the Ravens were one and done, they completely flipped the script. And they went against their code to black quarterbacks winning Super Bowls. But they at least had to have Patrick Mahomes connected to that Wildcat connection. They still had to have Patrick Mahomes connected to that Wildcat connection. Doug Williams went to Grambling, the Tigers. Russell Wilson's high school mascot was the Wildcat. Patrick Mahomes' high school mascot was the Wildcat. And all 3 black quarterbacks that won Super Bowls had to win the odd numbers. But you see, they still flipped the script because all 3 black quarterbacks that won Super Bowls were all supposed to be on NFC teams. They were all supposed to be on NFC teams. Wearing odd numbers, wearing their white jerseys. The Chiefs were not wearing their white jerseys today, which shows they definitely flipped the script. For every black quarterback that goes to a Super Bowl, 3 more black quarterbacks were supposed to go and lose the Super Bowl. Okay? So Mahomes was supposed to cause black quarterbacks to have a 2-6 Super Bowl record because next year, in Super Bowl 55, Cam Newton was supposed to cause black quarterbacks to have a 3-6 record and then cause the Broncos to have a 3-6 Super Bowl record. The Broncos were supposed to be the only team to lose to black quarterbacks in Super Bowls. And it all had to be tied to the Wildcat code, and the 7 code. The Wildcat code and the 7 code. You get 3 sevens, and 21. You get 3 sevens and 21. Okay? That's the abbreviation for 2021 is 21. Okay? The abbreviation for 2014 is 1-4. You get 2 sevens. You get 2 sevens and 1-4. That's when you had the second 7. That's when you had the second 7 win the Super Bowl. Okay? Russell Wilson. Okay? Super Bowl 4-8. 4-8 is 12, which is really 3. 1-2 give you 3. Russell Wilson wears number 3, and he won that Super Bowl. Okay? Right there in the numbers, right there in the narrative. When Doug Williams became the first, he did it in 88. 8-8. Okay? 8-8 give you 16, which is 1-6, which is 1-7. The first 7 got his Super Bowl over number 7, John Elway, and that is why Doug Williams wore number 17, which is 1-7. He wore number 1-7 because he was the first 7. He was the first 7 who became the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl over number 7, John Elway. When you add 1988, you get 26. 26 years later, Russell Wilson becomes the second, and Russell Wilson wins it on 2/2, which is a Doug Williams tribute because Doug Williams won his Super Bowl in Super Bowl 22. And they both did it over the Denver Broncos. So according to that number pattern, when you add all the numbers in 2014, you get 7. Okay, 7 years after 2014 is Super Bowl 55. The third black quarterback was supposed to win the Super Bowl on this date because the abbreviation was 21. The third 7 was supposed to win it on the 7th of the month. On February 7th. And it was supposed to be a rematch of Super Bowl 50 because in Super Bowl 50, that was played on February 7th, and it was Broncos versus Panthers. And see, this is the nail in the coffin because Super Bowl 55 is going to be the 5th Super Bowl in Tampa. Super Bowl 55 is going to be the 5th Super Bowl in Tampa. So it was supposed to be a Super Bowl 50 rematch in the 5th Super Bowl in Tampa. Okay? The second black head coach was crowned a Super Bowl champion in Tampa. The 3rd black quarterback was supposed to be crowned in Tampa on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams. Like I said, the motherfucking 3rd 7 was supposed to be crowned in 2021. How many 7s go in 21? 3. Okay? Okay, Cam Newton was supposed to be the 3rd. Flat out. And like I said, that's all I have to say about that. See, I speak to people with eyes to see and ears to hear. I speak to people with eyes to see and ears to hear. I don't speak to meat eaters. I'm not speaking to meat eaters. I'm not speaking to mumble rap listeners. I'm not speaking to GMO weed smokers. I'm not speaking to you folks. Okay? I'm not speaking to weed eaters, cigarette smokers, weed smokers, meat eaters, mumble rap listeners. I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to those whose third eye is really awakened. So let's look at this. Let's also look at this narrative. The Patriots won their 6th Super Bowl in Atlanta. What's significant about that? Atlanta is known as the Black Mecca, correct? Where they have the highest population of black people in the United States. The New England Patriots got their 6th Super Bowl championship in Atlanta, okay? Over the team that drafted the first black player. Are you kidding me? The fucking Rams drafted the first black player. The Patriots get their 6th Super Bowl win over the Rams in Atlanta in the Black Mecca. Where did the Pittsburgh Steelers get their 6th Super Bowl win? Where did the Steelers get their 6th Super Bowl win? They got it in Tampa Bay. They got it in Tampa Bay. Now, what is significant about that? Okay, I'm going to show you guys what's so significant about that. When you look at it on a map, okay, Atlanta is up here in North Georgia and mostly northern Georgia. That's where Atlanta is at. So that is where the Patriots got their 6th Super Bowl. When you go down to Tampa, it's a direct line. It's a direct fucking line from Atlanta to Tampa. Okay? The Patriots got their 6th Super Bowl in Tampa. The Patriots got their 6th Super Bowl in Atlanta. The Steelers got their 6th Super Bowl in Tampa. Direct line. If the San Francisco 49ers would have got their 6th Super Bowl in Miami, that would have been a direct line. That would have been a direct curved line of areas where the franchises won their 6th Super Bowl. That basically would have been a direct line going south. It would have been a direct line in the same area going south. The Patriots got their 6th in the Black Mecca. The Steelers got their 6th Super Bowl with a black head coach, with Mike Tomlin. I'm going to repeat myself. Okay? I'm going to repeat myself. The Patriots got their 6th Super Bowl win in the Black Mecca, Atlanta. The Tampa Bay Super Bowl, Super Bowl 43. The Steelers got their 6th Super Bowl with a black head coach. So please tell me, why would the 49ers not get their 6th Super Bowl over a black quarterback? Why would the 49ers not get their 6th Super Bowl over the black quarterback, Mahomes? In Miami, which would have made a direct line with franchises, with areas that had franchises winning their 6th Super Bowl. You see? You see? You see? It's all in the narrative here. It's all in the ritual. The Patriots were crowned their 6th Super Bowl championship in the Black Mecca of Atlanta. The Pittsburgh Steelers got their 6th Super Bowl championship when the Steelers had a black head coach, Mike Tomlin. They did it with a black head coach. So why wouldn't the 49ers get their 6th Super Bowl win over the black quarterback, Mahomes? And you weigh in the factor that the only black quarterback that led the 49ers to a Super Bowl was Kaepernick, and Kaepernick lost the Super Bowl. Kaepernick gave the 49ers their first Super Bowl loss, their first and only Super Bowl loss before this one. So why wouldn't the NFL continue? Why wouldn't the NFL continue with that narrative? Why wouldn't they continue with that 3-6, with that 3-6 ritual, with that 3-6 narrative? You see, Patriots getting crowned their 6th Super Bowl in the Black Mecca of Atlanta. Steelers getting crowned their 6th Super Bowl with a black head coach in Tampa. Okay, why wouldn't they have the 49ers get their 6th Super Bowl over the black quarterback in Miami? It fits the narrative. It fits the narrative, and you get the goddamn direct fucking line. Atlanta is where the Patriots got their 6th Super Bowl. Tampa Bay is where the Steelers got their 6th Super Bowl. So wouldn't it fit the fucking narrative for the 49ers to get their 6th Super Bowl in Miami? And then they would have had 3 NFL franchises with 6 Super Bowls apiece. You get your 666 ritual, and then black quarterbacks go 2-6 in Super Bowls, okay? Because next year in Super Bowl 55 in Tampa, you have the 3rd black quarterback win it in Tampa on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams, and we know the significance of the 33. You see, they completely went against their code. They were supposed to have 3 black quarterbacks go to Super Bowls and lose before they had the 3rd black quarterback win. I'm going to repeat myself. They were supposed to have 3 black quarterbacks go to the Super Bowl and lose before they had the 3rd black quarterback win a Super Bowl. Mahomes was supposed to lose this, and Cam Newton was supposed to be crowned the 3rd on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams, and Cam Newton was supposed to do it over the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 55. That will be the 5th Super Bowl played in Tampa. Super Bowl 55, the 5th Super Bowl played in Tampa. You see? So you get a rematch of Super Bowl 50, the 5 connection. You see? And he was supposed to be crowned the 3rd black quarterback to win a Super Bowl on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams winning his. All 3 black quarterbacks were supposed to be, all 3 black quarterbacks that won Super Bowls were supposed to be on NFC teams wearing their white jerseys, wearing odd numbers, playing against the Denver Broncos. And they were all supposed to have English Anglo-Saxon last names. Williams, Russell Wilson, Cam Newton. Newton is an English Anglo-Saxon last name. Go look it up. Okay? And they were all supposed to be tied to the Wildcat connection. You see, so their backup script was, let's send Mahomes in with his dark jersey on the AFC team. You see, and he went to the Wildcat High School. He went to the Wildcat High School. You see, and let's just flip the fucking narrative to go against this truth seeker and to make this truth seeker look crazy. You see, because the 2-6 connection, the 2-6 connection was going to be played out either way. You see, the 2-6 was going to be played out either way, because if they would have lost, black quarterbacks would have became 2-6 in Super Bowls. You see, it's a complete joke. Now only 2 franchises. Now that the Chiefs won, only 2 franchises in the NFL have 6 Super Bowls. I'm going to repeat myself. The 2-6 ritual played out both ways. It was either the black quarterbacks go 2-6 in the Super Bowl, or if Mahomes win, there will only be 2 NFL franchises with 6 Super Bowl wins. You see? You see? A complete fucking joke. But I had these motherfuckers cracked. You better believe it. I had these motherfuckers cracked from the beginning, folks. Folks, the 49ers played the Chiefs on August 24th. That was a day after Kobe Bryant's birthday. And these are the 2 numbers that Kobe Bryant wore in his career. I'm going to repeat myself. The 49ers played the Chiefs. Okay, the 49ers played the Chiefs in preseason on 8/24. Why is this significant? Because these are the 2 numbers that Kobe Bryant wore. 8/24, 8/24. Why is that significant? Because when the 49ers met up with the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, the all-time matchup, the all-time record between the Niners and the Chiefs, it was supposed to be 8-6. It was supposed to be 8-6. This was the 8th time a black quarterback showed up in a Super Bowl. The 49ers were supposed to get their 8th all-time win against the Chiefs. And the Chiefs were supposed to be held to their 6 all-time wins against the 49ers, and Mahomes was supposed to allow the 49ers to get their 6th all-time Super Bowl, and that is why Mahomes wears the fucking number 6. Wears the number 15. This is why Mahomes wears the number 15, because the 1-5 is the 6. They were supposed to get the 6th loss for black quarterbacks in Super Bowls. They were supposed to stay to 6 all-time wins against the Niners, and they were supposed to allow the Niners to get their 6th all-time Super Bowl win in Miami. They flipped the fucking script. But like I said, hey, it's all good. It's all good. The 2-6 could have went either way. Either black quarterbacks were going 2-6 in the Super Bowl, or if Mahomes won it, that means that there's only going to be 2 NFL franchises with 6 Super Bowls. The 2-6 connection. It could have went either way. But like I said, I cracked their ass. And their code to black quarterbacks winning Super Bowls. And if you think that's a joke, okay, just go check out the article. That was written about me in 2016 when these people changed the Super Bowl, when they changed the Super Bowl script for 51. Okay, when everybody got on the Colts Vikings bandwagon and everybody was putting their wagers in at the casinos for the Colts and Vikings to play in the Super Bowl, the sports books were forced to flip the script and to cause the Vikings and the Colts to lose the same week and to be eliminated from playoff contention the same week. And a day after, the Las Vegas Review-Journal makes it their mission, okay, to make me look crazy and to say there was also a blog post in August from some amateur astrologer who claimed the numbers and stars lined up for the Indianapolis Colts to defeat the Minnesota Vikings in Super Bowl 51. And then they started this fucking article by saying there was no conspiracy. You see, this is another nail in the coffin. They started this article off by basically trying to get us to believe that pro sports isn't fixed. There's no conspiracy. There's no conspiracy. There's no conspiracy. It was just an amateur astrologer. And for the people who are saying that this article was not meant for me Can you name another astrologer who made videos in 2016 stating that the Colts and Vikings were going to play each other in Super Bowl 51? And guess what? I'm going to break the shit down, goddammit, because this is why Andrew Luck retired. I'm going to repeat myself. This is why Andrew Luck fucking retired. Because he couldn't have the ring that was promised to him because there were so many people betting on the Colts to win the fucking Super Bowl, and the Las Vegas sports books couldn't let it happen. And Andrew Luck said, "You know what? Fuck that. Fuck that shit, man. I can't be a part of this." And Andrew Luck was also destined to be the third white quarterback to lose to a black quarterback in a Super Bowl. I'm going to repeat myself. Andrew Luck was originally the third white quarterback to lose to a black quarterback in a Super Bowl, because there's only two white quarterbacks that lost to black quarterbacks in Super Bowls. That was John Elway and that was Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was John Elway's protege. Peyton Manning was John Elway's protege. That's why they gave Elway 2 rings. That's why they gave Manning 2 rings. You see? So Luck was destined to go to a Super Bowl and win it, and go to a Super Bowl and lose to a black QB. Andrew Luck was originally destined to go to a Super Bowl and win it, and go to another Super Bowl and lose to a black quarterback. Okay? Because Andrew Luck was Peyton Manning's replacement, and Peyton Manning was the only white quarterback in the league that lost to a black quarterback in a Super Bowl, just like John Elway. John Elway went to Stanford. John Elway lost to a black quarterback in a Super Bowl. John Elway went to Stanford. Okay? And Andrew Luck went to Stanford. Andrew Luck went to Stanford, was drafted to the Colts, just like Peyton Manning. So there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to blow you guys away. Andrew Luck was supposed to go to the Broncos and face Cam Newton in Super Bowl 55. And Andrew Luck was supposed to lose that Super Bowl. This is why, after the script was flipped for 51, Andrew Luck retired early. Ladies and gentlemen, go research what happened to Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck retired early, folks, because they were supposed to send him to 55 to lose to Cam Newton. Okay? Okay, because he is the only quarterback who was tied to losing to black quarterbacks in Super Bowls, and I'm going to prove it. You know who the Broncos got to replace Andrew Luck? Because the Broncos were going to trade for fucking Andrew Luck. They were going to sign Andrew Luck. You know who the fucking Broncos got to replace Andrew Luck? The Broncos drafted Andrew Luck. The Broncos drafted Andrew Luck. L-O-C-K, not L-U-C-K, L-O-C-K. The Broncos drafted Andrew Luck. They couldn't have Andrew Luck on their franchise to go to Super Bowl 55 to lose to the Panthers. Oh no, because Andrew Luck said, "Fuck you motherfuckers. I'm not fixing this shit. I'm not going to risk my life on the goddamn football field when I know I'm destined to lose to a black quarterback." So Andrew Luck said, "Fuck it." So you know what did the Broncos do? They did the next best thing, and they drafted Andrew Luck. See, they call him Drew Lock. They call him Drew Lock to throw us off, the quarterback for the Broncos. They call him Drew Lock to throw us off because his name is really Andrew Luck. And god damn it, that's only one letter. That's only one fucking letter away from Andrew Luck. Okay? And where did they draft Andrew Luck from? They drafted him from Missouri, the Tigers, the fucking Wildcat team. It's fucking over with. They're cracked. They're cracked. They are fucking cracked. So they sent the 49ers as the backup team to lose to the third black quarterback in a Super Bowl because the head coach of the 49ers is Kyle Shanahan, who is the son of the Denver Broncos head coach, Mike Shanahan. And we know the Denver Broncos are the only franchise associated with losing to black quarterbacks in Super Bowls. The Denver Broncos are the only franchise that is connected to losing to black quarterbacks in Super Bowls. So they do the next best thing, and they send Garoppolo and they send Kyle Shanahan in the goddamn Super Bowl to lose to a black QB. Let me tell you how fucking ritualistic this is. How fucking ritualistic this is. Kyle Shanahan's father played for the coached for the Denver Broncos, the only franchise to lose to black QBs in Super Bowls. But with that being said, Mike Shanahan himself never lost to a black quarterback in a Super Bowl. Mike Shanahan himself never lost to a black quarterback in a Super Bowl, which shows you that this was a reach. This was a fucking reach, and this was a desperation ploy. This was a desperation ploy by the NFL, and they changed their fucking initial script. Okay? Okay? I'm telling you why my fucking phone is tapped. I'm telling you why my fucking phone is tapped by the CIA and the FBI. And I'll never be able to put out one of these kind of videos before the sporting event actually happens. Okay, it's always going to have to be the day of or the day after. Okay, and also when you look at Garoppolo and Garoppolo's last name kind of sounds like a horse. Garoppolo sounds like an Italian horse or something. I don't know why that name it reminds me of that. But when you look at the high school that Garoppolo played for the high school mascot of the Mustangs. Garoppolo's high school mascot was the Mustangs, the horses. The horses. The Broncos were the only fucking team to lose to the black QBs in Super Bowls. So they send the quarterback with the high school mascot of the Mustang, and they send the head coach that has the father who coached for the Broncos to lose to the third black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? It's a reach. It's a reach, and the code is not deep. Okay? It is a reach, and the code is not deep. This was supposed to be the third time a black quarterback lost the Super Bowl in a row. And the next following year, Super Bowl 55, it was supposed to be Cam Newton over the Denver Broncos and over Andrew Luck. Okay, it was supposed to be over Andrew Luck because Andrew Luck retired. So they draft a fucking quarterback with a name that is identical except for one letter, with Andrew Luck replacing Andrew Luck, okay, to lose to Cam Newton in Super Bowl 55. And once again, when you look at the Super Bowl 55 date, how many sevens do you get in 21? You get 3. Okay, Cam Newton was supposed to be the third black quarterback to win a Super Bowl on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams becoming the first. Doug Williams wore 1-7 because he was the first 7, and he got his Super Bowl over number 7 Elway. And when you add 88, you get 16. When you add 1 and 6, you get 1-7. Doug Williams was the first motherfucking 7. When you add 1988, you get 26. 26 years later, Russell Wilson becomes the second black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. And Russell Wilson does this on February 2nd, which is a tribute to Super Bowl 22, Doug Williams. Okay? Okay? And this takes place in 2014. How many 7s do you get in 14? How many 7s do you get in 14? You get 2. This is why Russell Wilson was chosen to be the second black quarterback to win a Super Bowl on this date. This is why Russell Wilson was chosen to be the second black quarterback to win a Super Bowl on this date. So just like what we did with the year, just like what we did with the year of Super Bowl 22, We're going to do the same thing with the year of Super Bowl 48. We're going to add 2014. We get 7. 7 years after 2014, we get 2021. How many 7s do you get in 21? You get 3. The third black quarterback was supposed to win Super Bowl 55 on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams becoming the first. It was supposed to be Cam Newton, because the first black quarterbacks that won Super Bowls, they were on the NFC. They wore their white jerseys. Okay? They wore odd numbers. They were tied to the Wildcat. Okay? And they were both playing up against the Denver Broncos. Okay? That is very significant. And after every black QB, after both black QBs won the Super Bowls, they were supposed to send 3 black quarterbacks to lose the Super Bowls in a row. Go do the fucking research. Go do the fucking research. You want to call me crazy? You want to call me a Looney Tune? Go do the fucking research. After Doug Williams won it, they had Steve McNair go to the Super Bowl to lose. They had Donovan McNabb go to the Super Bowl to lose. Then they had Colin Kaepernick go to the Super Bowl to lose. And then the next following season is when Russell Wilson became the second. But that only happened because when you add 1988, you get 26. So it was always destined for Russell Wilson to become the second black quarterback to win it 26 years after Doug Williams. Through that number code on 2014. 2 sevens going 14. So when you add 2014, you get 7. 7 years after 2014, the third black quarterback wins a goddamn Super Bowl on February 7th, Super Bowl 55, on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams. Can't nobody tell me shit. Can't nobody tell me shit. Can't nobody tell me shit. And guess what? I'm also going to be on record saying, and this is just the if. This is just the if. If Cam Newton doesn't win Super Bowl 55, this is proof positive that the NFL changed the script, and I am a target. I am being targeted. My channel is targeted, and these people have my information, and they are listening to my phone calls. Okay? This is why we forget. A multi-billion-dollar corporation, the Las Vegas Review-Journal, like I said, went out of their way to say it's not fixed. And then after they went out of their way to say it's not fixed, they tried to make me look crazy. They tried to make me look crazy. An amateur astrologer who predicted the Minnesota Vikings and Indianapolis Colts in Super Bowl 51. If it was never rigged for that, why even mention it? Why even mention it? Because fucking Andrew Luck was supposed to be the winner of Super Bowl 51 over the fucking Vikings, and Andrew Luck was supposed to be the third white quarterback to lose to the third black quarterback to win a Super Bowl, and he was supposed to lose Super Bowl 55. This is why Andrew Luck retired early. And this is why the fucking Denver Broncos, they drafted Andrew Luck. Because Andrew Luck fucking retired. That's the fucking smoking gun. That's the smoking gun that I'm on to these motherfuckers. I'm on to these motherfuckers. And they can, like I said, they can change all this shit on the fly all they want. They can change their shit on the fly all they want. They can change their shit on the fly all they want. Just know that the person who is speaking right now is certified that the elites know about me. The elites know about my channel. They know about who the fuck I am. They know that I cracked their fucking number code. They know that I had their code cracked to black quarterbacks winning Super Bowls, which was tied to the seven ritual, and the white Bronco ritual, and the Wildcat connection, and the Wildcat ritual. I had them cracked. I had them cracked. You know what I'm saying? The Broncos drafted Andrew Luck because they couldn't They couldn't sign Andrew Luck. They were supposed to go to the Super Bowl to lose to the third black quarterback. They were supposed to lose to the black QB, and the black QB was supposed to be wearing the white uniform on the NFC team, wearing the odd number with an Anglo-Saxon English last name. Wilson, Williams, and Newton are all Anglo-Saxon English. Mahomes is not English Anglo-Saxon at all. Mahomes is Irish. Okay? That is an Irish last name. That is not English Anglo-Saxon. So these guys are busted. I had their code. Like I said, I had their code from the start. This is why this article was put out about me over 3.5 years ago. The NFL knows who the fuck I am. They have my account. My YouTube accounts are being watched and surveyed heavily. They are listening to my phone calls, and this is proof positive that I cracked their code to black quarterbacks winning Super Bowls. And soon as they flipped the script on Lamar Jackson, that was the red herring for them changing the narrative altogether. And they tried to do it to silence the Kaepernick protesters. And let me make this clear, Roger Goodell. It ain't gonna work. You're gonna continue to have lower and lower ratings. Black people are gonna continue to protest and to boycott your league, okay? Because Mahomes does not have the same mentality as Kaepernick, okay? It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, NFL. And you see, I know that you're losing money. NFL. I know that you're losing money. That's why you have to have the XFL. That's why you have to build and get hype around the XFL. You see, that's why you have to get hype around the XFL. Because the NFL is crumbling. The NFL's ratings and support from the people is crumbling. And I'm glad. I'm fucking glad. Even though they did flip the script on me, I'm glad. Because at the end of the day, folks, it's bigger than the money. It's all about exposing these bastards and detaching from their nonsense. We can defeat them by just detaching from the nonsense. I will never put out a video decoding a sports ritual before the event plays out ever again. Because this is proof positive. Like I said, this is proof positive, in my opinion, that the 49ers were supposed to get their 6th Super Bowl championship over the black quarterback Mahomes. Mahomes was supposed to be the 3rd black quarterback in a row to lose a Super Bowl. And Cam Newton was supposed to be the 3rd black quarterback to win it in Super Bowl 55 and a Super Bowl 50 rematch on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams. God damn it. Because of that Super Bowl date 21, Cam Newton was supposed to be the 3rd crowned black quarterback to win a Super Bowl, okay, on the 33rd anniversary of Doug Williams. Both on NFC, all 3 of them on NFC teams, all 3 of them wearing their white jerseys, okay, all 3 of them wearing their white jerseys. Russell Wilson became the 2nd black quarterback to win a Super Bowl wearing his white jersey. All of them wearing odd numbers. And all of them were supposed to have English Anglo-Saxon last names. And they all have the Wildcat connection. The only thing Mahomes had was the Wildcat connection and his odd number. The only thing Mahomes had was the Wildcat connection and his odd number. He wasn't on an NFC team. He wasn't wearing his white jersey in a Super Bowl. And he doesn't have an English Anglo-Saxon last name. And Mahomes is not tied to the 7 code. And Mahomes was not tied to the 7 code. I cracked these bastards. They got cracked. They had a black quarterback win a Super Bowl that wasn't tied to the 7 code. Woo! Their ratings are crumbling. They're getting desperate. And you're not gonna get support. You're not going to get support from the black community, Roger Goodell. You're not going to get support because Mahomes does not support the black community. Mahomes does not have the same ideology as Kaepernick. So with all that being said, yes, I was wrong. I can admit that I'm wrong. Okay? But I just showed you all the key points and all the narratives and all the pieces of evidence that pointed towards the 49ers getting their 6th Super Bowl win in Miami over the black quarterback right before the third black quarterback was supposed to win Super Bowl 55 based off of the 7 code, the number 7 code tied to black QBs winning Super Bowls and tied to the Broncos being the only franchise chosen to lose to black QBs in Super Bowls. Okay? Okay, that is that, like I said, if you don't get what just happened, after right now, you're eating too much meat. You're eating too much meat. You're listening to too much mumble rap. You're not getting enough sunlight. You're smoking too much GMO weed, and you're eating too much Monsanto food. You're eating too much Monsanto food. Okay? I am a targeted individual. I am being tracked and surveyed. Folks, I have had 3 laptops. I have had 3 laptops hacked and disabled in the past 4 years. I've had 3 laptops hacked and disabled without any explanation from fucking experts, from fucking technical gurus. I have had multiple videos banned in multiple countries. I have had many videos just fucking taken off of YouTube. My latest post on Kobe Bryant on my Instagram has been blocked out by Instagram. Folks, I am a targeted individual. I'm a targeted individual with a lot of power and a lot of influence in the public when it comes to sports betting. So like I said, I am no agent. I am no fucking agent. So from this moment on, I am never going to upload a video on Sports Decoding before the event plays out. It's only going to be during the same date the event plays out or after the event plays out. Okay? Because I showed enough evidence that they changed the script with this. Big time. So with all that being said, I appreciate all my true supporters and everyone who's been supporting RFG and Atlantean movement. I apologize to everyone who lost money. Okay? But with this information, I proved that the NFL is crumbling and they are being exposed on a mass level. Okay? And they are losing ratings as the years go by. This is why the XFL is coming to the forefront. You see? So with all that being said, I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's a chosen one, man. I'm out.